Hi and welcome to Outwell and to our Paradise Road from our touring collection. This is a drive-away awning which will fit any vehicles from 170 centimetres up to 220 centimetres in height. There's various different ways of attaching it to your vehicle, so no matter what setup that you have on your vehicle, you should find it nice and easy and simple to attach this. I'll start you off with the fly sheet that we use on here. This is our Outex 4000 material. Now this is completely waterproof. It has a hydrostatic head of 4000mm. It's a taffeta polyester, so it's very good quality material, and it's 75 denier in thickness. All of the seams have been fully taped and it is fully PU coated on the inside as well. As I say, they're providing you with a hydrostatic head of 4000mm, making sure that it is completely waterproof. The frame that we use on here is actually a bit of a hybrid frame. We have solid steel poles down the side here, making sure that it's really solid and sturdy and rigid. But then for the roof poles, we actually have Duratec fiberglass poles, and also for the rain safe entrance, we also have this Duratec fiberglass pole here as well. So I'll just point this out while I'm here. I just mentioned there we have a rain safe entrance. So obviously with the tent having a slope front, on rainy days you'd be wanting to use this entrance here, and this bit of material across the door just creates a nice sheltered area for you to enter the tent. The door itself is just rolled up at the moment, but it also has this full mesh door on here which can be completely zipped closed, so if it's nice and hot then you can have this door open but still get great ventilation within the tent as well. Also just this door here, you'll find at the bottom we have our cable entry point, which is where we've got the zip here just to allow you to open that up to run any cables or electricity into the tent without actually having any of the doors open. We have our pre-attached luminous guy lines around this tent here, so these are nice and bright, hopefully to stop you from tripping over them quite as easily. You find each one has its own retainer, so when it comes to packing down the tent, we can simply roll these up in our hand, pop them into this Velcro strap here, so that you don't have a big mess of guy lines to try and untangle when you're setting the tent up. We also use our easy pegging system here. If I just talk you through these, it's where we supply you with 3 different types of pegs. So we have the solid steel anchor pegs for the corners of the tent, and those go into the grey pegging tabs. We then have the black pegs here for all of the black pegging points around the side of the tent, and we have the luminous peg here for all of the luminous guy lines. So as the name suggests, the easy pegging system makes sure that it's nice and easy for you to be able to get the right peg in the right place. So stepping around to the front of the tent, you'll find that the entrance that we have on here is certainly a really good sized entrance, so getting all of your kit in and out of the awning is going to be really easy. Also what that allows is obviously us to open the door up completely, so if it's a really nice sunny day you can certainly sit in here for a little bit of shade or a little bit of shelter and still enjoy the outdoors. Inside here there's plenty of head height as well. I'm actually quite tall at about 195 centimetres. You can see I've got plenty of space around me here. That's accentuated by large windows all the way around the tent. And what you will find is each window has its own curtain, so if you do want a little bit more privacy, or if you don't want quite as much light coming in, then we can take the curtains here and we can either bring them halfway up or we can fully close them as well. On the inside here you'll find that there's a large ventilation panel along the side here, which corresponds to an outside panel which you can open or close depending on how hot or how cold it is. So the ground sheet that we use in here is actually a full zip-in ground sheet. It's bathtub in style, so you can see it comes up at the edges here. That's going to stop any drafts coming into the tent. It's hopefully going to keep out things like dirt and dust and things like that, and more importantly those creepy crawlies as well. The material itself is a double coated polyethylene material, so it's really heavy duty, hard wearing, of course completely waterproof as well with a hydrostatic head of 10,000mm. An advantage of the ground sheet zipping in and out is actually if it's a bit wet or dirty underneath the tent, when you come to pack it down you can completely separate the ground sheet from the tent and keep them sort of separate so that the tent itself doesn't get sort of wet or dirty or anything like that. So just at the top of the tent here we have a lantern hanging point, and then running away from that we have some cable tidies that run down to where that cable entry point is that I mentioned earlier on. At the back of the tent is where you will find our link access zone. So if I just open up this back here, then what you will find is we have a gap between the vehicle and the tent, and it has a ground sheet in here which just comes up against the vehicle just to stop any drafts from coming through as well. So you get a completely enclosed area between your vehicle and the drive-away awning itself. So there's a couple of optional extras available for this tent, including a carpet for this area here just to make you feel that little bit more at home, and there's also a footprint available for underneath the ground sheet as well. So that's all of the features of our Paradise Road from our touring collection. Thanks very much for watching.